What if I told you that one simple habit is quietly draining your energy, killing your confidence, and keeping you stuck in life? You feel exhausted, unmotivated, and trapped in a cycle that you can't seem to escape. It's like running on a treadmill that never stops you move, but you're going nowhere. But what if the secret to unshakable self-control and true masculinity has been hiding in plain sight all along? Stick with me, because after hearing this, you'll never look at this habit the same way again. This is a topic most people avoid, a subject cloaked in shame and secrecy. Mastering it is uncomfortable, but necessary. Some say it's normal, harmless, even healthy. But have you ever truly questioned it? Have you ever paused and asked yourself, is this habit actually serving me, or is it silently stealing my strength? What if I told you that this so-called harmless habit is doing more damage than you think? The ancient Stoics, some of the greatest minds in human history, understood something that modern society often tries to ignore. They grasped the deeper meaning behind discipline, the hidden cost of pleasure-seeking, and the real secret to self-mastery. And today, I'm going to reveal exactly what they knew. Because once you understand their wisdom, you'll have the tools to break free, reclaim your power, and radically transform your life. The problem, why this habit is slowly destroying you, let's be honest. You've felt it, that sense of guilt, the nagging lack of motivation, the inner emptiness that follows after indulging in this habit. It's like something vital is slipping away, piece by piece. But why does it feel like that? Science gives us the answer. Every time you engage in this habit, your brain releases a surge of dopamine, the chemical responsible for pleasure. Sounds great, right? Wrong. Because the more you indulge, the more your brain craves those quick, effortless rewards. Over time, your mind becomes addicted to instant gratification. And just like any addiction, the side effects begin to appear. You feel constantly drained, emotionally dull, physically weaker. Your ambition fades. Your drive to pursue meaningful goals vanishes because your brain has already received a reward without you doing anything of value. And that's the trap. The Stoics recognized this long before neuroscience ever did. They warned us about overindulgence and the silent danger of letting base desires control us. But what exactly did they say? And how can their ancient wisdom help you break free? The Stoic wisdom, the trap of pleasure. Seneca, one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, once said, "No man is free who is a slave to his body." And that's exactly what happens when you allow this habit to dominate your life. Each time you surrender, you reinforce weakness. You send your mind the message, "I need this." But in reality, it's the habit that has power over you. Marcus Aurelius, emperor of Rome and philosopher king, believed in the mastery of desires, not being ruled by them. He understood that without self-control, true freedom is impossible. The more you seek comfort, the more you lose control. The more you chase fleeting pleasure, the more you distance yourself from lasting fulfillment. But here's the real kicker. Every great man in history, from warriors to emperors, from philosophers to visionaries, had one thing in common. They controlled their desires. They didn't let their urges dictate their actions, and because of that, they achieved greatness while the rest remained enslaved to their impulses. The difference wasn't luck, it was choice. A conscious decision to rise above fleeting pleasure and live with intention. The solution: how to break free and reclaim your power. So how do you escape this trap? How do you take back control and finally break free from a habit that has silently been holding you back for years? The answer lies in the timeless wisdom of 3 Stoic principles: self-discipline, purpose, and transmutation. These aren't Abstract ideas, they're practical tools that have guided the greatest men in history. 1. Self-discipline. The key to freedom. Epictetus once said, "No man is truly free who is not master of himself." And that's exactly where the transformation begins. The moment you decide to stop being a slave to your desires is the moment you begin to take your power back. But don't misunderstand, self-discipline isn't about punishment or deprivation. It's about choosing what is meaningful over what is momentarily pleasurable. Every time you resist the urge, you strengthen the mind. You build mental endurance, like a warrior sharpening his blade for battle. And over time, something incredible happens. Your cravings lose their power. You no longer react, you respond. You no longer obey desire. You lead it. 2. Find your purpose. Replace the habit with something greater. The Stoics believed that. A life without direction is a life wasted. And this is exactly why so many men today fall into the trap of this destructive habit. They lack something greater to channel their energy into. Without a mission, your energy leaks into distractions. But picture this. If your mind is fully engaged in building a business, mastering a skill, or chasing a bold vision, do you really have time or interest for mindless indulgence? The key isn't just to stop the habit, it's to replace it. Replace it with purpose. Replace it with a pursuit so fulfilling that the old habit becomes irrelevant. 3. Transmutation. Redirect your energy into power. Ancient warriors, brilliant artists, and wise philosophers all knew a truth that many modern men ignore. Your sexual energy is not just biological, it's potential in its rawest form. It is the most potent fuel in a man's body. When wasted, it leaves you empty. But when redirected, when that energy is channeled into something greater, it becomes a force of unstoppable drive and creativity. This is the art of transmutation. Nikola Tesla, one of the most brilliant minds in history, chose celibacy his entire life, not from fear, but from understanding. He knew that his energy, focused and undisturbed, could lead to ideas and inventions that would change the world. The Stoics taught this principle in their own way. Instead of surrendering to fleeting desire, they turned inward and sharpened the mind. They knew that wasted energy is wasted potential, and they chose power over pleasure. The climax. What happens when you quit now? Imagine this, waking up every morning with unshakable confidence, no guilt, no shame, no lingering sense of weakness, just raw, focused, unstoppable energy. You feel motivated, clear-headed, in complete control of your life. Your testosterone levels rise. Your mental clarity sharpens. Your ambition returns with full force. And most importantly, you regain full control over your thoughts, actions, and future. This is what the Stoics meant when they spoke of true freedom. It's not just about quitting a habit. It's about mastering yourself. It's about becoming the man you were always meant to be. Conclusion. The final challenge. Now the question is, will you stay trapped in the cycle? Or will you take control? Will you continue letting an empty habit steal your potential, or will you rise above it? The choice, as always, is in your hands. But remember this, no great man in history was ruled by his desires. The ones who left a legacy, the ones who reshaped the course of history, were not slaves to impulse. They were masters of themselves. They faced the same urges, the same distractions, the same temptations. But instead of giving in, they rose above. Instead of chasing comfort, they chose growth. And in doing so, they unlocked a level of power, discipline, and clarity that set them apart from the masses. So ask yourself, what kind of man do you want to be? A man who is controlled by fleeting pleasure, or one who controls his destiny? If you're ready to break free, reclaim your power, and start living like a true Stoic, then this is your moment. Don't just think about change, embody it. Take the first step on a path that few dare to walk, but those who do never look back. Make sure to subscribe for more content like this, because this isn't just motivation, it's a mindset, a philosophy, and a call to action. Your journey to self-mastery starts now.